All right, guys, the day is here. The kitchen is done after weeks of work. Everything is finished, and I can't wait to walk you through all of the afters, starting with the floors. As you can see, we went with a luxury vinyl tile in this gorgeous slate gray color. The tile is grouted like real tile, so it really looks like stone, but it feels great underfoot. And you know, little heads, if they get bumped, aren't gonna crack their noggins. And it's a lot easier on me when I'm standing up and cooking. So, loving these floors. And then, I don't know if you noticed, I swore I was going to keep the original drawer pulls, but I just couldn't take it. After doing everything, they were just really standing out to me as looking kind of dated. So I went with these beautiful recycled brass drawer pulls, and I'm in love. To me, they just really set off the cabinets. They make everything look so updated and fresh, and I pulled the trigger at the last minute, but I'm super glad that I did. In between the floors and the drawer pulls, we have I have white engineered quartz on the counters. I don't know if you remember, but I have like 135 square feet of counters. So this was about 80% of my budget. But for me, going from the peeling, stained Formica to these beautiful, shiny, easy to clean counters, it was like heaven. Speaking of heaven, let's go over here to the homework and breakfast area. Now this was, as I lovingly called it, the crap magnet of the kitchen. It's where everything just got dumped and shoved to the side. And now it's this beautiful, functional area. We've got the chairs that I redid a couple of weeks ago, and I kind of tidied up our kitchen bookshelf area. Now kitchen bookshelves are kind of tricky because they need to be functional. I needed to be able to access all of these cookbooks, but I still wanted it to look pretty. So I organized everything. I brought out all of my vintage McCoy pottery and kind of displayed it. So I'm really pleased with how that area turned out. We also got a new bar sink. We went with an undermount sink to match the big sink that I'm going to show you in a moment. I'm sure you already spotted it, but the backsplash went in, and I love it even more than I thought possible. The blue wraps all the way around this wall and around over to the pantry. And I just think the color is so rich and beautiful. I can see it from other parts of the house since we have an open concept. It makes my heart sing. I love my tile. Okay, moving over to this side of the kitchen, as you can see, we updated our lights. We had those kind of cold, modern lights before and have swapped those out for some kind of retro-inspired milk glass and brass globe lights. Behind that you can see I finally hung some artwork, which really made it feel like a finished room, and swapped out my old canisters for these vintage Danish modern canisters that I love. They tie in with the citrus tones that we have in the chairs and the desk accessories, and they just make me smile. Moving over here, we got a new range hood, which is not like super exciting, but it has a great bright light. It's a really powerful hood. It matches my stove. You know, it's the little things, right? And now the sink. I did not expect the sink to be such a point of contention. There are strong opinions about two basin versus single basin sinks. Well, spoiler alert, I stuck with the single basin, and I love it. I love this huge, deep sink. I can fit my biggest saute pan flat in the bottom. I can give my baby a bath in this sink. So you know, single basin, double basin, personal preference, but I am loving this sink. And again, we went with undermount, which makes it just super easy to keep clean. All right, and last but not least, we have the pantry area. Now we kept the open shelving, but I kind of tidied it up by decanting things into some jars to just make it look a little more neat and tidy. I brought in some plants and moved a lot of the kids' snack things into the drawer so that they can kind of serve themselves after school. So guys, that's it. That's my new kitchen. I hope you've enjoyed this room tour as much as I've enjoyed showing it to you, and I cannot wait to show you more of the house in the next few months. I'll see you guys next week.